What up? Welcome back to Pokaching. It's been a while. I know, it's been a while. Had some family over during summer, had a lot of stuff to do, and didn't really have much time to make videos. I mean, I could have, but it would have meant leaving family aside, and I didn't really want to do that. So, we're back, guys. We're back. We have a brand new opening. Unfortunately, nothing from the newer sets, but we do have a VSTAR Universe booster box. So if any of you guys are familiar with this is the Japanese equivalent of Crown Zenith. And I personally really like this set in particular, the Japanese variant, because in the set you get Charizard V, Charizard V-Star, and Lucario, which are actually chase cards in the set, as opposed to Lucario being in the ETB for English Crown Zenith. And the Charizard V and Charizard VMAX, I believe, are in, or V-Star, sorry. I believe those are in a collection box or something like that. So, I prefer this set. I prefer the Japanese equivalent of, or sorry, the Japanese, which is the original of the English equivalent, which is Crown Zenith. So, hopefully that was clear. Sorry if that was kind of all messed up. But anyway, we have some really nice cards that we can pull in this set. Obviously the Charizards, Mewtwo, we have Leafeon, Glaceon, we have the gold cards, which actually look good in this set, because most sets have gold cards that don't look that great, but in this set they actually look really fucking good. So we have Arceus, Giratina, I don't really like Palkia and Dialga Origin form, they look kind of weird without their arms. But anyway, let's get into this, guys. Let's open up this box. So we do have our trusty tiny knife, as usual, right here. And we have this little bastard. Good luck, Rob, on the dumb little Mewtwo. And let's get into this, guys. So, I've been doing a lot of thinking and a lot of reevaluating what I'm doing in terms of collecting and in terms of investing and so on with Pokemon cards over the last month. So it wasn't necessarily a bad thing that I was kind of, you know, away from all the you know, everything that's going on with, you know, the mega sets coming out and, you know, black and white, which honestly are very nice sets. I have to say the cards look absolutely insane. Prices are just not worth it, in my opinion. I don't see any one card that's going to be an absolute chase from that set. So, you know, I don't know, I don't feel it for black and white. I know some people grew up with black and white. I personally didn't. And when you look at like the most graded cards in history from PSA, you know, you can take a look at the most graded cards. There aren't that many Gen 5 Pokemon, if any at all, so I know that's not necessarily a good indicator because there are loads of, you know, Gen 5 Pokemon that are really sought after. But, you know, I just personally don't feel that strongly about Black Bolt and White Flare. If the prices come down, I will get some at some point, but, you know, I'm not too bothered about it. And the mega sets do look very cool though. So here, let's just get into this. I might get some of the names wrong because I don't have them in English here. So I think this is Basculin, Cricketot. Sorry, I have my camera strap dangling there, it was in my way. Pumpkaboo, no idea what she's called. No idea what that is. Manaphy or Fiona, I can't remember, I'll always mix those up. And we have an awesome Genesect V. So in these packs, there's only 10 packs per box. You're guaranteed one SAR, so which is like an SIR pretty much. And you're also getting a V card, I think, minimum in every single pack. You can get Radiant cards, so they're like shiny versions of certain Pokemon. And yeah, these look really cool, the texture on them there. So here's a Genesect V. Very cool. We have a Bibarel Hollow, so we do have that kind of vertical linear hollow pattern on those, which is horizontal in black and white, but yeah, very cool. Diancie, very nice. And we do have these cool reverse cards, which you do not get in English. So this is a very hard to focus, actually. Is it because of the shine on the card? Possibly. Anyway, we have a... What's he called? Gourgeist? Dude, I have no idea. Gourgeist? I have no idea, dude. Pumpkaboo evolves into him, but I can't remember what his name is. Anyway, second pack, let's see what we can get. So, yeah, gonna be back into making videos, of course. Just took some time away for family and other things that were important. Not that this isn't important, because it really is. But, sorry, I'm just going to put certain cards aside. So here we have Poochyena, we have Regirock, a Leaf Cloak or something like that, some weird fan, Comfy, I believe. Oof, that's a very cool Mitsuhiro Arita artwork of Zacian? Yeah, Zacian. Zacian's one of the swords, Zamazenta's the shield. Very, very cool. I like the colors on that one, it's a very nice artwork, honestly. And then we have a Professor Rowan holo. We have a Dusknoir holo. And another one of these reverse cards. So this one is like some sort of ruins or something like that. And yeah, so on to the next pack here. Third pack in. I'm just going to take a second after each pack to put them back in the booster because I actually want to put some of these cards in a binder afterwards. So yeah, I'll just take a little quick second after each pack to do that. We have Cynthia here, some kind of mountain chorus, I think. Oh, here we have a Samurott, a Hisuian Samurott VSTAR. Very cool texture on that. The Japanese texture is far superior to any English. Well, I mean, that's my opinion anyway. I just think it is much more detailed, that's a fact. But whether you prefer English or Japanese, that is up to you. So we have an Absol, Torterra, and a Gumi reverse. So very, very cool pack there. Just going to put those back in the pack for future organizing. And then we'll move on to the next pack. So pack number 4, I believe. So yeah, this is a very, very cool set. There are some very nice artworks in this one. I mean, I honestly, after 151, I think this is probably, I mean, I often talked about Scarlet and Violet because Sword and Shield is kind of done and gone, you know? I mean, people are still opening it, obviously, and people are still talking about Sword and Shield because it is a very, very cool era, and that is very awesome. We just got a Dunsparce illustration rare. Come on, focus, 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 please. Why is it struggling to focus? That's kind of annoying. Anyway, there we go. Dunsparce, illustration rare, very cool. There's 3 of them like camping out in some kid's bedroom, I guess. Oh, there's actually a 4th one in there. But yeah, it's a very cool card, very nice artwork. I do love the artworks in this set. Oh, shit! I wasn't looking. I was putting the Dunsparce down and then this little motherfucker popped up. Now check the texture on that. I mean, that is a good one to get. A Glaceon VSTAR. Look at that. You get the snow on the branches there in the front and the foreground. Like snow falling in the background. The tree line. That looks epic, man. That is so good. Definitely happy about that. I mean, that's one of the cooler Pokemon you can pull in this set. Glaceon VSTAR. That's a good one. I'm going to sleeve that one up in just a sec. Then we have Lucario, I can't remember, Galarian Articuno, I believe. And yeah, that's it. So when you get certain kind of cards, I'm just going to check this for condition real quick. But when you get certain cards, you know, you don't always get a reverse. Oh shit, that looks good. That looks really good. Definitely going to grade that one at some point. I'm just going to sleeve that one up, put it in the perfect fit sleeve. There we go, that's it sleeved up, protected, and it will go into a top loader as well, but man, that looks so good. Very happy with that one. And I will definitely sleeve this Dunsparce up afterwards as well. I just want to pick it up carefully, put it here for now. And yeah, man, that was a fucking awesome pack right there. Right, on to 1, 2, 3, 4. So pack number 5. I'm just gonna get rid of that. So even though we pulled an SAR, sorry, there is a possibility that we can pull another one or an SR or something like that. The hit rates are kind of unusual on this one, on this set. You can get 2 SARs. It has happened to me before. And I think if you get a Pokemon SAR, it'll probably be a Trainer SAR if you do get one, if I'm not mistaken. But anyway, let's keep going. So Basculin, we have a Growlithe there, Voltorb, Snowy Place, Grottle, no idea, Sinofriends, Hisuian. Oh shit, that looks fucking awesome. Every time I get something cool, I'm not looking at the actual cards. Isn't that one of the best Lapras artworks that you've seen? How cool is that? There's one in the background with a Spheal on his back. That one's there. You got Mantine, Mantike, Pelipper. Dude, that's awesome, man. That is such a nice card. Man, I'm pleased with that, definitely. Then in the back, we have a Armless Dialga V. So that's the origin form, I believe that's what they call it. So a cool kind of glossy texture on there. And yeah, I just don't like it. It doesn't have arms. It looks weird. I don't know. I find it kind of unusual. If it had like 4 legs and like arms like a centaur, it would have looked kind of cool maybe. But yeah, like that, I just don't like it. That Moltres looks fucking awesome as well. Look at that. Awesome colors. Really cool. And there's a Zapdos as well. Very, very cool. I do actually like this form of it. I thought it was quite cool. Reminds me of Roadrunner. Or what'd you call it? Coyote and Roadrunner? Can't remember. But yeah, that cartoon where the coyote is always chasing after the Roadrunner, setting traps, and never actually manages to catch him. I think he does maybe in some episode, but then he never actually eats him. But anyway, Zorua. And we don't have any code cards to throw in the back, which is kind of boring. I used to, you know, I like throwing them in the background, but hey, that's for English cards. A Registeel, a Riolu, an Ultra Ball, some Leaf Cloak thing. Sinnoh Friends, I believe that's Sinnoh, with Cynthia, Volkner, the trainers that you can pick for the game. Fuck, I can't remember his name. Oh, nice! So we have a Mewtwo VSTAR. So the alternate art one of this is very, very cool. I do actually have that one. And I will show you what I have just after this. If you're interested, to stick to the end of the video. Also, don't forget to like the video, comment down below, letting me know if you do still open some of these older sets. Are you going to be opening up the Mega sets? Are you, did you enjoy Black and White? If you opened any of that, are you planning on it? Just let me know what you're doing these days in terms of collecting, buying, investing, and so on. And yeah, don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you do enjoy these kinds of videos. And yeah, I will be just showing at the end of the video what I have pulled from this set already, what I do have, just to give you an idea. And I do really, really like this set. It's definitely one of the ones that I want to collect, along with 151. And I will make another video talking about my collection and what my goals are, just to kind of give you an idea of my thinking and what I've been thinking about the past month. Kind of, you know, kind of talking about, you know, trying not to be too greedy with cards and trying to chase every single set and actually enjoying what you have. Maybe having a bit less, but really enjoying what you do have. But yeah, that's for another video. But anyway, we have a Turtwig here, a fuck knows what, Nickit? No, Nickit? Is that what it was? I can't remember what it's called. Thievel? I have no idea. Some fox thief thing. Registeel, Mightyena. These guys again. This dude. Garchomp V. Cool. So that's a cool one. Nice texture once again. Cool card. Do like that. And we have a Gengar looking really cool with the moon in the background there. A Basculegion, I believe. And then we have a Lunaton reverse. So this reverse pattern is actually quite nice. I do like that. It's pretty cool. And that's what's cool with the Japanese sets, is that you often get things that you don't get in the English sets. First of all, what I do like is that, you know, in the English, you have to buy all sorts of different products to get the cards, like different collection boxes, ETBs, all sorts of shit like that with specialty sets, whereas with Japan, or Japanese cards, everything is in the booster box, right? You just buy the booster boxes, you try to get the cards, and they're all part of one single set. And that is something that I really do enjoy with Japanese cards. And also, you know, even just regular Japanese sets, you know, they don't have ETBs and all that. It's just they have booster boxes, and that's about as far as it goes. Sometimes they will have, you know, some like special box sets and so on, but not as much as English, whereas every single set you get box sets, collection boxes, ETBs, booster boxes, all sorts of different ways of getting different cards. And you might find that fun. I personally, I don't really like that as much. I do like the fact that you can just buy a booster box and you have a chance at getting any of those cards. And personally, for this set in particular, that Magmar is really cool. This set in particular, you know, the fact that the Lucario, the Charizard V, and the Charizard V-Star are actually included in the set and you actually have to pull them, they're actually chase cards, to me that gives them more value rather than buying an ETB and being guaranteed a certain card, or buying a collection box and you're guaranteed certain cards. I like the fact that you have to get them by chance. You have to be lucky, you actually have to pull them. That gives them more value to me. So that's my opinion on that. Don't know what you guys think. But yeah, I just thought I'd share my thoughts on that, and fuck me, that's awesome. Electivire, illustration rare, with a Magmortar with him. And there is a Magmortar version of this where I think they're having like a campfire and Magmortar's like roasting marshmallows with Electivire. So there's like a kind of like a buddy theme going on between these two Pokemon in this set. But that artwork is really, really nice. I do really like that. So that's a very cool one to add to the collection as well. I mean, the cards in this set, man, they're gorgeous. I mean, just look at these in the back. I mean, the artworks are just absolutely insane. And we have a Leafeon V here, and I know Pokemon are doing a really good job with creating really nice cards. Here we have a Deoxys, very cool. They are, you know, doing a great job at making really nice illustration cards. You know, they're really hitting their stride at the moment, I find. But I do think that this VSTAR Universe set is absolutely crazy, and some of the cards are incredible. Some of the cards I'd really like to pull are the Suicune, Entei, and Raikou. I think those look absolutely insane. Probably some of the best iterations of those cards that I've ever seen, of those Pokemon, sorry, on cards. So here's a Lapras there, looking really cool, a really nice Ghastly. Don't know what he's doing. He can make things levitate, apparently. He's making a Clefairy doll. That's kind of weird. That's more of like an Abracadabra Alakazam type of move, making things levitate. You know, he's got like a Clefairy doll, some weird cube, and all sorts of toys kind of floating around him. But that's cool. I do like that Ghastly a lot. Very cool. We have a Paris, some kind of vacuum cleaner thing. Spiritomb, double energy, something. The other armless centaur, Palkia, origin form, V-Star. Very, very cool, even though I don't like what the Pokemon looks like. We have a Latios there, looking awesome. We have Toxtricity, I believe. And we always get these, actually, one in each box. We get a reverse kind of secret rare energy card. So you get every single energy type. So this is water, and you can see that the Pokeballs in the back kind of turn into water energies depending on the angle that you're looking at it. So those are really, really nice cards as well. So you see, I mean, there's just all sorts of kind of like fun cards, fun things to get in these Japanese sets, and that is something that I do, you know, I really enjoy that. Makes them a bit more exciting to open, especially with the specialty sets. So yeah, if you do find some VSTAR Universe, I do think it's a very good set to invest in, actually, just because specialty sets in Japan, Japanese specialty sets do pretty well over time, generally speaking. And, you know, the fact that we have, you know, Charizard V-Star, we have Mewtwo V-Star, Suicune, Entei, Raikou, Leafeon, Glaceon. We have a really nice Giratina, and there's another armless dude. Some weird kind of runestone relic type thing, holographic. Oh, that's a nice one. So we have a Charizard Radiant Charizard, sorry. Very cool texture on that. And if you look closely, like every kind of contour is actually textured on the Pokemon, so that's really cool. And I do like that. That looks really, that's awesome. And Charizard is obviously really cool to get as a shiny Pokemon. So you do get, I think, Greninja, and there are some other ones. I think Eternatus is one of the ones that you can get. Gardevoir, I can't remember what else, but anyway, that's it, guys, for the opening. That's all the packs opened. Here are our pulls. I'm not going to manipulate the cards too much because I haven't sleeved them up, but here, I'll just get a bit closer with the camera so you can see those. So we got 3 illustration rares, which are always guaranteed in a VSTAR Universe box. We have a guaranteed secret rare energy of any type. We have a guaranteed SAR, so this time we got Glaceon, which is really cool because there's so many different SAR cards that you can pull, and it's very cool to actually pull a Pokemon that you really like. And then obviously we have a Radiant card, which is also guaranteed in a booster box of VSTAR Universe. So really happy with those. Really happy with those pulls. And guys, like I said, I think VSTAR Universe is probably going to be a very good set to invest in, even in Japanese. Like I said, specialty sets do really well. They're very fun to open. Once again, you know, Charizards and Lucario are included in the set as cards that you have to pull. You can't get them anywhere else but in a booster box. And I think that kind of adds some value to the Japanese set versus Crown Zenith in English. But I do still think Crown Zenith in English is an incredibly good investment if you can get it at a good value as well. So yeah, guys, keep that in mind. Very fun set to open, very fun set to collect, and probably going to be a very good investment. So I'm probably going to stock up on a bit more of these. And that's something else that I'm going to be talking about in my next video, is talking about kind of what I'm doing in terms of investing right now. Not really chasing all of the new sets that come out because everything's a bit too crazy. Things are slightly calming down, I think, and I'm seeing things in stock a bit longer on websites and not selling out so fast, probably because the prices are so jacked up. But we'll see how that goes. Things will eventually cool off. Things will calm down eventually. But the sets that they're putting out right now are absolutely amazing, so I can understand that the hype is still strong. We'll see what happens, guys. I'll obviously keep you guys up to date with that, talk about that on the channel as well. But yeah, don't forget that on this channel we do openings, we talk about investing a little bit, you know, in a nice kind of sane way. You know, we don't want to go too crazy, talk about it non-stop, talk about the same things over and over and over and over again. Just talk about things that I think are worth it in a fun, kind of chill way. I don't want to go into all the kind of like, just talking about money non-stop and talking about that. Just looking at sets, are they worth it? Should you maybe pick some up? Should you hold it for maybe, you know, selling down the line? And just kind of chill, you know? I don't want this channel to be anything like drama or negative or anything like that. It's something I really want to stay away from. So yeah, expect that kind of stuff on the channel, and also some kind of concept videos that, you know, I've got this series that I've started that I want to continue, which is Hate the Pokemon, Love the Card. I think that's kind of a fun thing to do. It's a fun way to appreciate artwork, and also look at Pokemon that you don't really like that much or don't appreciate. But sometimes the artwork on a card can actually make you enjoy that Pokemon, and the artwork is so good that you actually like and want the card even though you don't like the Pokemon. So that's a fun thing that I'm doing on the channel as well. So if you're interested in any of that, subscribe, like this video as well, drop a comment down below, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Take care, peace! Whoa! I ended the video without actually showing you my cards, man. What the fuck? Sorry. I'm getting back into this, so I just forgot. So I'll show you some of the cards I've pulled so far from this set. There are some graded cards as well that I'll show you. So I have some of the V cards to show, but I didn't actually sleeve every single one of those. I will be sleeving those after. They're safely stored in their booster packs for now. I just kind of ran out of sleeves, so I wanted to prioritize some of the bigger hits. So here we have an Enamorous, Hatterene, Lumineon, Hisuian, Zoroark, I believe, or Galarian, I don't know, Regigigas, Samurott, Machamp, very cool artwork on that one, Zacian, Giratina. We have some VSTAR kind of full art cards, so we have Leafeon, Palkia, Zoroark, Zeraora, Arceus, Charizard, Zeraora. So this is an actual full art card, sorry, that's a full art, there we go. Oh no, actually the VMAXs are like this, they're like full art, and the V-Stars are kind of full art, but they have the kind of V-Star rule or attacks or whatever the hell they are, so they're slightly different. Anyway, so VMAX, we have Mew VMAX as well, very cool. And here we have some of the illustration rare cards that I pulled. So there are some that I would still like to get if this would focus, that'd be good. Dude, just, come on, don't be a bitch. Why do I struck? There we go. Bidoof. Very cool. Like in his weird kind of dam thing. Or hut, whatever the hell. We have Lunaton. We have a Voltorb. A Comfey. A Manaphy. Diancie. Very cool artwork on that one. There we have two Dunsparce, one of which I just pulled. A Magnezone in his factory making weird shit with Magnemite and Magneton. Ready to take over the world. So two Electivire, one of which I just pulled. Keldeo, beautiful artwork there, absolutely stunning. A Latias, very cool. A Lapras, one of which I just pulled. So every single one of the illustration rares I pulled in this video were double ups, but I don't care, they're beautiful cards. And here we're moving on to some of the SR cards. So this is Friends of Hisui, I believe. Here we have an Irida, I don't know how the hell you say it, but that's an SAR. So I did get this one as well as another SAR in a booster box. So that's just an example of 2 SARs in a box. So that one's very cool. This Samurott VSTAR is absolutely incredible. Look at the texture on that. I don't know if you can see that properly, but normally you can. Samurott is not a Pokemon that I particularly like. I do like him, he's cool, but not that much. This artwork though is absolutely insane with the kind of reflection of the moon in the water there. Very, very cool artwork. I do like that a lot. Then we have a Radiant Greninja. We have 2 Radiant Charizards here. A Radiant Eternatus. Here are some of the secret rare energies, and these are just 2 holos that I sleeved for I don't know what reason, but I do really like this Oswaldo Cato artwork of Hisuian or Alolan or whatever the hell in Arcanine. So that's that for illustration rares, and now we're moving on to, oh well, we do have another Radiant Charizard that I put in the top loader, and we have a Glaceon that we just pulled, and I got really lucky with the pulls in the boxes that I opened, like really, really lucky. So we got VSTAR Glaceon, we got VSTAR Leafeon, 2 of the ones I really wanted to pull. We got this Deoxys VMAX, which I really wanted to pull as well. Absolutely insane artwork. So you have the Orbeetle beaming him down, because the Orbeetle you've probably seen in VMAX Climax. Well, the VMAX version basically just looks like a UFO, like a flying saucer. So clearly there's some kind of weird alien lore maybe attached to that Orbeetle Pokemon. I have no idea, but anyway, that's definitely what's intended here with the Deoxys being beamed down. I really like the artwork with the kind of shadow of Deoxys and like some open field there with like Saturn in the background, some other planets kind of like glitching. That's just such a sick artwork. I mean, this is one of the best cards I've seen in a long time, and the texture looks amazing on it too. We got the Charizard V, so we have quite a few of this card. I actually have 3, I believe. So we have the Charizard V, absolutely insane. I think this is probably one of my favorite Charizard artworks of all time. You just never see him in like a relaxed kind of sleeping position. So yeah, I really do like that artwork. Here we have the Charizard VSTAR fighting off the Mewtwo VSTAR. So once again, very lucky to have pulled these 2 cards, as well as the Charizard and the Evolutions. But yeah, that's really cool how you have the Mewtwo there fighting Charizard, Mewtwo fighting Charizards. This is the Mewtwo card, the Charizard card. And I don't know if you've noticed this, is something I noticed recently, is that Charizard's tail is blue here and here. I don't know if you can see that. But yeah, apparently his tail burns blue when he's really in a harsh, intense battle. So him battling Mewtwo is obviously probably no easy task, so I guess that's him like in an intense battle. But I thought it was really cool. It's the first time I've ever seen a card with Charizard and his tail being blue. So when I saw that first, I was like, what the fuck is going on there? And then I looked into it, and that's basically what's happening. But very, very cool artworks on those. And then we got very lucky with this Giratina VSTAR, which, funnily enough, the day before I pulled this, I ordered as a PSA 10. So I haven't received that yet, but I'll keep both. I wasn't going to cancel the order, even though I had time to cancel it. I didn't do that. I don't do that. You guys shouldn't do that. If you decide to buy something, you buy it, alright? It's not because you pull the card afterwards that you decide to return it. That's not how things work. That's not fair. So just, you know, I'm happy that I have both, which is really cool. I have this one here, which is flawless, that I will be grading myself with another company, which you will see shortly. Let me just get those cards so you can see those. They're graded cards from a French company called CCC, which are absolutely incredible, and I will talk about those in just a sec. So just before I talk about CCC, I just want to show the Charizard V that I have as a PSA 10. Not the most expensive card, you can still pick them up pretty easily, but I just absolutely love this card and wanted to have it as a PSA 10, so there you have it. This is, I think he's probably my favorite Charizard of all time, to be honest. Just such a sick artwork, such a cool kind of position or stance, or what, well, it's not really a stance because it's lying down, but yeah, it's just the first time seeing Charizard actually look like that, in a kind of chilled out position. So here we are on to CCC, which is one of the, in my opinion, the absolute best grading company that I've ever had to deal with, and I will explain why briefly. So here we go, this is what it looks like. So here's the Charizard V, and I do actually have the VSTAR as well. It's similar to BGS in the sense that they grade on centering, corners, edges, and surface. There's their logo here, so they do write it in English. You can ask them to write it in English. The quality of the cases, just the actual card case looks absolutely gorgeous. They're much thinner than PSA cases, but they are still very sturdy, so that's really cool. So it means you can store more in less space. Here's what they look like overall. Look at how clear the plastic is, or the acrylic is that they use. And they use some technology that removes, I think it's to do with like an electrical charge that removes static energy, or something like that. I don't know what I'm talking about, but that's basically how they get rid of all the dust inside the case before sealing the card in. So your card, when it's sealed in these cases, will be like no dust or bullshit like fingerprints or anything like that, which I absolutely, sorry to say it, but I don't like that with PSAs. Like, sometimes your cards come back, they have like fingerprints, there's like dust in the case, sometimes they get damaged. These guys take real good care of your cards, and they make sure that they come back looking amazing. And what's really cool about this is that you also get a grade report. So this is the Charizard V. So here it is. This is the grade report, and you can see exactly what is wrong with it. So it tells you that the centering is off. I think it's shifted up to the top. That's just a piece of dust. But if you look really closely here on the back, it shows you exactly where there are two tiny white nicks. And if you look on the card, there they are, two tiny little white nicks. Now, sometimes, it's very unlikely, but sometimes you pull a card out of a Japanese pack and it will have some very small edge wear, and that's pretty much it. So this card, other than that, is a flawless card. And so because of the fact that it's very, very small, the damage, and everything else is absolutely flawless, you know, like the surface, the corners, okay, centering is slightly off. It still gets a Gem Mint 10 grade, but it didn't get a gold label. So for a gold label, you need 3 10 subgrades, and for a black label, you need all of them to be 10, so similar to BGS, once again. But just overall, thinner cases, the clarity, and, you know, like, they just look way better than PSA to me. Your cases don't have any scuffs on them when you get them back. Just the care and the amount of effort that's put into it is something that to me, it's just the best that I've seen with any grading company. But then again, you know, to each their own. I'm sure there are other good grading companies out there, some that will pop up that will be new at some point. I mean, there's grading companies kind of showing up every now and then quite regularly these days. But anyway, I just thought I'd kind of briefly mention that I really do like that grading company. And that's who I would like to grade with for my personal collection. So the cards that I'm keeping, for me, I want to grade them with CCC because to me they're the best, and my cards come back clean, no fingerprints, no scratches, they don't get damaged during the grading process. The cases come back with no scratches, they're absolutely perfect. Take up less space, they're still sturdy. You know exactly what's wrong or right with the card, with the grade report. And yeah, I just think the quality of the service is it's just really good. I mean, look at the grade report. Even the grade report, they put effort into like the presentation of it so that you can actually, if you sell the card, you can sell this as like a nice certificate showing any flaws or anything. Yeah, I just really think the service overall is absolutely flawless. So for my personal cards, I will grade with CCC because those are cards I want in my collection and I want the best for my cards. But for any of you that are grading for investment purpose or for, resale purposes, I'd say, stick with the big ones because that's what most people will like and what most people will recognize as a legitimate, that's just, how it goes. I mean, PSA, BGS, I guess CGC is a pretty big one, but the ones in the States, for the American market, obviously those are probably ones you want to go with. CCC is very reputable in France, and hopefully that'll kind of spread across Europe, where I live. But in France, CCC is like probably one of the most used grading services here, and for a good reason. So anyway, I'm done talking about that. I'm not sponsored by them or anything. I just thought, when something's done right, it's good to talk about it as well. But yeah. Anyway, I'm done with the video, guys. I hope you enjoyed seeing some of the cards that I have pulled, how my collection for VSTAR Universe is going so far. I just need that Raikou Entei Suicune, that would be really nice, and maybe the Golden Arceus would be cool, and if I had those, I'd be pretty much set, for VSTAR Universe. Those would be the cards that I'd like the most. Anyway, done talking, done with the video. Hope you enjoyed it. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and I will see you in the next one. Peace out. Bye for the second time.